In today's video, I'm going to talk about the keys to creating awesome videos for your coaching business. I've been running my coaching business for well over 7 years and have seen the role that videos play in the growth of my business. And when I first started doing videos, I found them incredibly scary. In fact, I put off doing them for years in my coaching business. I wanted to do them, but I found them so scary. And I had a lot of stories as to why I couldn't do them, why I wouldn't be good at them. And it really held the growth of my business back. And so in this video, I'm going to talk about why I think adding video to your coaching business is super important and the keys to creating videos that are good and that your ideal client really enjoys and engages with. So I've worked with hundreds of health coaches, and doing videos is a big part of what I teach as far as marketing your business. And the reason I do that is because videos are very engaging and they allow people to get to know you and build a connection with you. And I think that's super important with having an online business. So there's really different things that we can do as for marketing. I do think like getting in person, actually meeting people, doing some sort of talk or a workshop, like that's kind of the top of the list, right? Like people really feel like they get to know you and connect with you. I do think the next best thing is doing videos, and videos actually can be even better, I think, than some of the in-person stuff, just because people can watch a bunch of your videos and really get to know you and get to feel like they know you and connect with you. And so I have found videos a game changer in my business. And like I said, I do recommend that most other coaches add videos, but I know it can seem really scary. And I hear this from almost all of my clients. A lot of the people I work with are introverts like me. And so getting out there on video can feel incredibly intimidating. And just like the technical side behind it, like how do you get started? What kind of equipment you need? What do you talk about? All those things. And so I'm going to give you kind of the basics in this video and break it down as far as getting started on video with your business and what you really need to know. So number one is that I want you to check in with your thoughts about doing videos. And I think this is an important place to start because a lot of us have these stories about the fact that we're not good on video. We're not good at public speaking. We're too introverted to get out there and do it. We don't like social media, like all these different stories. And I want you to just check in with those stories, because they're not true. They're stories you've been telling yourself and you've been believing, but there's no validity behind them. And how do I know this? Because I had those exact same stories. I had those exact same stories that kept me from doing video for literally, it was a couple of years in my business before I started doing video. And so that really held back the growth of my business. And I knew I wanted to do them, but I was really scared to do them, right? I was scared that I wouldn't be good enough, that I would look like a fool, I'd say the wrong thing, that it would feel really uncomfortable. And so I let that stop me. And I really checked in with myself and I was like, okay, is this really true? Like, are you terrible at video? And I didn't even know because I had never done them. And so check in with those stories with yourself and know that just because you have this story of the past and like that you can't do videos for some reason doesn't have to hold you back from doing them now. Like every second is a new second, and you can start doing videos now and get good at doing them. Okay. So that's number one. Number two that you want to think about when you start doing videos is knowing who your ideal client is and who you're speaking to. So obviously, like I've been doing this for a while. I know that I work with health coaches, health practitioners, coaches who are looking to start their business or looking to grow their business. And so I know exactly who I'm speaking to and what kind of things they're interested in. I know what they get stuck with. I know the things they want to learn. And so I know what to be talking about in my videos. I know what to be talking about in the content that I'm putting out there. And so that's why it's really helpful to know who your ideal client is. Because truthfully, you're not creating videos and content for yourself, for your own entertainment, and just because you want to share a message. You want to create it for a specific person who is looking for a solution to a problem they have. And once you know who that person is and what type of things they're interested in, what type of things they're getting stuck with, then you can really start to create content. I have endless things that I can create content around, create videos around, and I promise it's the same for you when you really understand like who your ideal client is and what it is they're struggling with and what they want to know about. So you want to have this in mind when you create your videos, okay? And if you're unclear about your ideal client and your messaging, I have a number of videos that walk you through how to get clear on that. So I will link them below this video, and you can check those out. So the second thing you want to do is you want to create some sort of an outline as far as what you're going to be talking about in the video. And I always do this before I do a video because otherwise I don't really know what I'm going to be talking about. I keep it super simple. I just make a list and I talk about like I put out the main topics or the main points I want to be talking about. So I always have a main topic, like in this video, I'm talking about creating videos, right? And then I think about, okay, where do people kind of get stuck? And I talk about that in the beginning and why I'm talking about this topic. And then I go into some points that I think are going to help my ideal client move forward with this topic. What can I teach them about it? What are a couple of points that I can dive into? Okay. And I always make that outline, and typically I have it in front of me. So it's kind of off to the side right now. When I do live videos, I have it like just on a notepad right in front of me, and I can glance down at it if I want. So I don't get like overly crazy about my videos as far as like, I can't be looking at something, I can't check it. Like, I just want to get them. I would just want to do them, right? And so I typically do have that somewhere where I can see it, okay? So that's the second thing, like creating some sort of an outline for yourself just so you know what you're talking about. The next piece that you want to keep in mind is allow it to be imperfect. None of my videos are perfect. I do not go through typically and like edit all of them or do little sections and film it in that way. I actually prefer to film my videos all in one shoot, and I just find that works best for me. If you're someone who does like to like do your videos in little edits and stop them, like I think that's fine. But I started my videos by doing live videos and just kind of like doing them. And so I do find that works best for me. So I don't do editing in my videos, maybe a tiny bit at the beginning and the end, but otherwise I just kind of go and I do them, and whatever comes out is fine, and it's worked just perfectly for me. So allow it to be imperfect, and that is super important, because if you get really caught up in trying to get your video perfect, you will end up reshooting it forever and ever and ever and driving yourself insane. And I think people connect with imperfections anyways. And right now people are looking for real. That's why like Facebook or Insta stories are such a big thing on Instagram. Like people want to see like the real thing, your real life. And they don't want things that are like overly edited and polished. So allow it to be imperfect. Okay. The next thing, to get started with videos, just use your phone. Just use the camera on your phone. Unless you have some sort of other camera that you can use that does videos, then that's fine. But using the camera on your phone is perfect. And I have used the camera on my phone to shoot my videos for years. I just recently got a camera actually this year, but I was using my phone before that for all my videos, and it worked just fine. Just make sure that you turn it this way as opposed to this way. Especially if you're gonna stick your videos on YouTube or just even on like Facebook, they look better that way if we're doing a live video. On Instagram, actually, if you're doing like stories, you do wanna turn it this way, actually. So don't get like too caught up in that, but most videos I would shoot landscape this way, okay? So use your phone, keep it simple. You do not need to buy any fancy equipment, okay? The other thing you may want to think about is having something to put your phone on. So having some sort of simple tripod, you can buy them on Amazon. They're super cheap. I used to just even prop it up on my computer and have it like facing me. So I kept it super simple. That's how I did all my videos to begin with. And then I bought a tripod and I was like, oh, I'm so fancy now. But you don't need a lot of equipment to do it. And I wouldn't recommend that. Just get simple and get started, okay? The other thing is good lighting. So typically you want to be facing a window. And I'm saying that as you see windows behind me, but I'm in a room that has a lot of lighting. I actually have skylights above me. I have lighting on like 3 sides of the room. And I also have a light over here, but I didn't have any lights when I got started, and I would just face a window and then have my phone in front of me and I would film them all like that. So that's all you need to do. But you don't want to have a window behind you and then be filming it because you end up getting blacked out and you can't really see your face very well. So best is to face some sort of, and natural lighting is great. So I do recommend doing your videos during the day if you can, and facing some natural light works really great, okay? And then if you want to get some sort of light later, you can. A Diva light works great. It's a little circle light. Like I said, you don't need any of that stuff to get started. I waited until I was making money in my business, and then I went and invested in some of the, fancier equipment. And like I said, I was doing videos for years before I got any of that stuff. So you don't need it. Just get started with doing the videos. That's the most important thing. But the other thing is you do want to make sure people can hear you, obviously. And I've had some videos where I've gotten comments back that people can't hear me very well. That is not the end of the world. I've kept those videos out there and they're doing fine and people are still getting value from them. But I learned from it and I was like, okay, how can I make sure that people can hear me better? And it's either just making sure you're close enough to your phone when you're filming, or you can get some sort of microphone that you can connect into your phone. And there's a lot of them on Amazon. Once again, just kind of like do a search for microphones. Now I have a nicer, kind of fancier microphone that is just actually right above me. But I did not have that literally until this year. So it is not something that is necessary. But if you are going to do a lot of videos, like I said, once you're making money in your business, then go and reinvest into some equipment to up your video game. Not necessary in the beginning, okay? So the next piece is allowing your videos to be authentic and just to show up as yourself. And this has been a bit of a learning process for myself. Like, I used to get really scared when I did videos in the beginning because I hadn't done them. I was nervous. I didn't really know what I was doing. They felt uncomfortable. And so if I go back and I watch my old videos, I kind of cringe a little bit and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I didn't really know what I was doing. I look really nervous and it's fine. Okay. So, but the more I've done videos, the more my personality has come out. You can see like I smile in my videos, which I think is important. Like, we like to see people smiling. I will laugh at myself in my videos. But if you can, the more you do them, the more you can relax. But really just allow yourself to be you in your videos and just be authentic, be how you would normally be, because that is what people are going to connect with. And people want to work with someone like you. Your ideal client is attracted to you for a reason. And I've heard this from so many people when it comes to them finding my videos and feeling like they connect with me and my personality. And it's because I'm showing up and I'm just being myself. And I'm different than a lot of people out there on the internet that may be doing things that are similar to me and helping other coaches start businesses, because I'm just being me and allowing my personality to shine. And I am an introvert and, I have a certain way about me, and there's other people that have different ways about them, and that is fine. So just allow yourself to be yourself and to practice. So this is the next piece. Practice, practice, practice. The more you do videos, the more comfortable you will become and the more your personality will show through your videos. Like I said, if I go back and I look at my videos when I first got started, I'm like, what is going on? Who is this person? And I kind of laugh at them, right? Like my first video on YouTube, literally, I was holding my computer and I was like shaking it. And, that was how I filmed the video, but I got it done. And truthfully, that video has gotten over 20,000 views on YouTube, right? Like, and it wasn't perfect. I had no idea what I was doing. It was literally the first video I put up, and it's done like amazing, right? And maybe it's done so amazing because it's just very raw and I didn't really know what I was doing. So the most important thing is just putting your content out there, putting it out there for people to find it. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. If you go back and you look at anyone's like YouTube videos or videos on their Facebook page, their written content, any of that, you can see the progression that they go through as they do it and they get better at it. And that's just for anything in our life. Like we have to do it, we have to practice it. And the more we do it, the better we get at it. So allow yourself to be imperfect at it and for videos to be a skill that you build up and you practice and you get better and better and better at. So those are the tips I have for you today. And I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Do you do videos in your business? Let me know, yes or no. And if not, why not? What's stopping you from doing them? Okay? Love to hear from you in the comments. So if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you want more videos like this about starting and building your coaching business, I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can subscribe, hit the little bell. You'll get a notification each week when I post a new video. And I have a free resource that I know you're going to find super helpful. I actually have two. So I have one that walks you through your ideal client. So it's an ideal client guide, and I'm going to link that below this video. And I also have a training. It's actually a video training that walks you through the 5 steps to make money as a health coach, and I will link that below this training as well. And if you want personalized support, you can sign up for a free business breakthrough session with me, and we'll talk about how you can take steps to move forward in your coaching business, how you can get comfortable about doing videos, because yes, you can, and what to be talking about. I walk my clients through all those things. I teach you how to do them so that you can start getting out there, sharing your message, get paying clients, and make money in your business. So thank you so much for joining me for today's video, and I will see you next week.